So good day, sir. Good day, classmate. We are the group number 4. So the topic we'll discuss is describe the different principle in ship handling and explain the significance of dead weight, draft, trim, speed, under kill clearance, turning circle, and stopping distance in the ship handling. So my fellow members will discuss it.
Ship handling and maneuvering is defined as the art of proper control of ship while underway, especially harbors, around docks and pier. It is one of the skills that any ship handler finds very satisfying when well accomplished. The most basic thing to be understood in the ship handling is to know and anticipate how ship behaves under all circumstances, and what order should be given in order to make the ship behave and move exactly the way you want her to. The difference between the ship's handling and the action direction of the movement of the ship should also be consistently attended to, as this is essentially important as slow speeds and when there with a wind and current. 1. Longitude motion, forward of astern. Lateral motion, sideways. Rational of turning motion. Vessel also have other behaviors worth nothing when her maneuvering equipment is in operation. Depending on the type of a propeller, a ship with a single propeller when run ahead from stop can to either port or starboard. When to put astern from stop the stern cant at a fast rate to port a starboard. When ship was had head away and the rudder is put over the side, the boat turns in the same side where the rudder is turned, thruster on the other land. Move vessel hub end sideways. Thruster depending on its design increase the effectiveness of the vessel slows down.
So, continuation of the Cadet Oclarit. I'm Undoy Jan Vincent. So, internal factors or force under the control of the ship handler. Engine power, speed, effect of the type of propeller, rudder movement and type, thrusters, anchors and mooring lines, and tugboats. Effects of external force. The effects of external force may become advantageous or disadvantageous to the ship's handler. It is the best that these effects are foreseen beforehand so that necessary steps to counter or make use of them during the maneuver are made. So, as some experts put it, the art of the ship handling involves the effective use of the force under one's control to overcome the effect of the external forces. Among the external forces, the effect of the wind and current are the most important. So these factors greatly affect the movement of the ship. When there is wind blowing on one side of high-sided ship moving ahead, she will not move along the line of the intended course line, but rather drift towards the lee side of the ship. Likewise, if a current is acting on one side of a ship, she will behave in the same manner. That is, she will be moving diagonally in the direction where the current is setting, although her heading is on the course steered. To attain the desired track, the ship must make allowance for set to compensate for a current and allowance for leeway to compensate for the wind. Next. Other variable factors affecting the ship handling. Human factor. A delay in time between your given order or the execution of the order will affect how you intend to move your ship. This is caused by a human factor because the individuals you are ordering may have a different responses depending on their training and ability to perform the job, or the order may be or the that order have to be relayed by an officer to the helmsman, which is a bad practice that should be avoided, so that the conning officer should be able to give his order directly to the helmsman. And sudden breakdown or failure of the ship's equipment, and mode of communication failure from the bridge to engine room or vice versa, or to the fore and aft station. Language problems between nationalities and ship's momentum. Next.
So, good day, sir. I am Cadet Pabahay. So, I will explain the significance of dead weight. So, dead weight is defined as the maximum dead weight of the ship and measure of the ship carrying capacity. It takes into consideration the weight of the cargo on board, fuel, ballast water, fresh water, crew, provisions for the crew, including the weight of the ship in the calculation. So, it is measure of a ship ability to carry various items like cargo, stores, ballast water, provisions, and crew, and etc. A large part of the dead weight is used for water ballast necessary to meet stability requirements. To calculate the dead weight tonnage figure, take the weight of the vessel that is not loaded with cargo and subtract the figure from the weight of the vessel loaded to the point where it is immersed to the maximum safe depth. Only in the case of heavy loads put at the bottom of the hold, greater dead weight translates automatically into greater amounts of cargo. So that's all. Thank you, sir.
What is the significance of trim? So, what is trim? Trim. The trim of a ship describes its floating position in land direction, namely, if the bow or the aft of the ship is deeper submerged into the water. The trim can have a significant impact on a vessel's energy demand for propulsion during sailing. What does trim signify? As a ship trim with the stern increases, she becomes more stable and her tactical diameter increases. The change is minor and no practical significance to the ship handler as long as the drag remains within limits. There is no marked increases in the diameter of the ship's turning circle as the bow comes out of the water. Why trim is important? Trim is an important consideration when loading and or ballasting the ship. A small trim by the stern is desirable as most ships are expected to handle better in seaway in this condition. That's all. Thank you.
So good day everyone, my name is Decadet Perez Luis Marie. I'm here to report about the significance of speed. So speed is a scalar quantity that refers to how fast an object is moving. Speed can be thought of as the rate at which an object covers distance. A moving object has a high speed and cover a relatively large distance in a short amount of time. So what does the speed signify? So speed is the distance traveled per unit of time. It is how fast an object is moving. Higher speed means an object is moving faster. Lower speed means it is moving slower. So what is the importance of knowing speed? So we need to know the speed speed of an object so that we can predict the time it takes to travel at a certain speed and distance. Example, a GPS tells you the time it takes to arrive to your destination depending on speed you're going. So that's all for the significance of speed. So thank you.
I am Cadet Recanya, so I'm be explaining about the significance of under the keel clearance. A change in route may arise during a voyage due to factors such as cargo and ballast changes, as well as water density, and dynamic factors such as squat, pinch, roll. This factor should be considered in the appraisal and appropriate figures calculated for each leg of the voyage plan. Any significant events affecting route by managed and documented within the voyage plan and their effects noted. This is especially important for a vessel which loads such that the UKC may be limited due to the shallow depths in the channel or approaches on its departure from the berth. In such cases, it may be required to restrict the loaded draft so that the UKC requirements are not breached at any time during its passage. In cases, voyage order specify a drought or a cargo nomination that will result a lesser UKC than the one state. So, if it appears on that the vessel may not be able to comply with the minimum UKC requirements during any part of the voyage. So as you can see in the video, the UKC is under the vessel from keel to the seafloor. If it is for this reason that any policy needs to establish a procedure where a risk assessment can be carried out for a given voyage, determine where the greatest risk may occur and giving an element of safety to the calculated figures, ultimately used for the safety contour. The policy should be defined under the circumstances safety margins may be reduced and with those approval.
Good day, sir. I'm Kim Ninyo Itibes. Explain the significance of turning circle. The ship handler, for instance, should be aware of how long it will take for a vessel to become stopped in the water from full ahead position or how far vessel will advance in turn. Turning circle and stopping distance speed trial provides us essential information to those that control to the ship. Tools. Ship navigation. What is turning circle of ship? Right answer, Carmel. Sign third officer follow turning circle. When a vessel is made to turn under a continuous helm through 360 degrees, it will follow a roughly circular track called turning circle. Advance. It is a distance traveled by a ship along original course line. When they alter her course through 360 transfer, it is a distance traveled by the ship measured from original course line to the point when she altered her course by 90 degrees tactical. Diameter. It is the distance traveled by a ship measured from original course line to the point when she altered her course 180 degree drift angle. It is the angle between the ship fore and aft line and tangent drawn to the turning circle. Thank you, sir.
Stopping Distance in Ship Handling by Cadet Aurelio, Blair Vivant, and Villamor Kent Joseph. Stopping distance is the distance which a ship will continue to move after action is taken to stop engines until the ship comes to rest. Stopping distance details may be provided for sea speed, harbor speed, half speed, etc. It may be provided for loaded and light condition. What is the cause of longer stopping distance of the ship? This is because the hull resistance is more in ships with dry dock than long ago. The wind direction and sea condition also plays an important role as wind and waves acting from the ship will increase the stopping distance and vice versa.
I'm Cadet Blair Ivan Sorrillo, and this is the continuation of stopping distance in ship handling. What is stopping ability of vessel? Stopping ability is the measure of the vessel's capacity to stop within a certain distance track reach when full engine astern is applied to a vessel sailing at faulty speed. What is safe distance of ship? In terms of simulation results, CPA of 0.09 nautical miles and a TCPA of 4.55 minutes were measured as the time to take avoidance action from the previous study's distance over 2 nautical miles between two encountered ships were generally defined as the safe distance in a fore and aft directions.